Greetings to you all, and welcome back. And I'm going to go over a few little things. The major progress report is mounting the VXT. So we've got the old shutoff valve here. We've removed all the old copper from there, and we've added a new ball valve there. It's a red-white valve from Italy, and the Italians make pretty darn good shutoff valves. So, and we've got a backflow preventer there, double check, and we're moving her on here. And we've also got the relief valve drip line installed with a compression style fitting, so you don't need a torch to remove it if should that be necessary. We've already discussed these guys, but I think I didn't make it clear that on these old mercury units that need to be adjusted to the proper level, you're supposed to mount the pigtail in this orientation, because if you mount it in this orientation, what happens is when it heats, this will throw off the level. So you want to mount the pigtail perpendicular like this. You can't see it when you're looking head on at the control. If you mount it like that, you'll run into issues. So we've got water in the boiler, and I've drained it down to this mark here. And we come over to our VXT. So the water feed comes in and either goes this way through the VXT, or there's a manual fill bypass. Got it anchored there, and it's going into the Harford loop inlet here to provide a little bit of modulation, so you're not dumping cold water directly into the boiler. We've got a brass transition into the steel. So this VXT, it's a, here's the cover here. It's a 120, blue cover. The newer ones are black. They've been using black for a number of years. And the date code on this one is 2007. So it's been sealed in this box until just a few hours ago. And so we're going to go ahead and test this unit. I've got it. Got a jumper here, which will go from the hot to the call for feed. You don't need, there's only a fraction of an amp that goes through the pixie wrangling stuff here, so you don't need a full-size unit. I've got it hot to here and neutral here, and I've got it set to feed 1 gallon. Delay is 30 seconds. And you can tell on the whether it's 120 volts or not, is you've got this power transformer here, and the solenoid is green. So let's go ahead, and I've got it on the switch here. I've got it plugged in there. So we're going to switch on, and we're going to see the number 2, which means that it was tested at the factory. And that's how they leave it, with the number 2 displaying. And we're going to see a period, meaning that there's a call for water, which is, of course, is caused by this jumper here. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. And there we are. Let's see if we can turn this light off. It's still glary. Yeah, there we are. And there's our period. And in about 30 seconds, that's going to open up and start feeding water into the boiler. So we're going to want to find out how much, what setting we're going to be needing So this is just below the low water, the primary low water cutoff here, and what should happen at 30 seconds is just that. There it goes. You can hear it humming. You see the water level is rising. And eventually we want to get it up to about here, but not much beyond that. I think you can see the water fill line marked. So it's feeding in fairly slowly. Good, that's what we want. You don't need to. Let's see if we can, yeah, there we are. And that'll kick over to 3, and then it'll stop, and there'll be a delay for 30 seconds. Okay, so that is approximately, more or less, kind of sort of 1 gallon, and it looks like we're a little shy of the mark. And we can see we got a number 3 displayed. That's still calling, and it's going to delay for another 30 seconds. Alright, another shot here of the, there it goes. Let's go back. Nice and quiet too. There are no screeching noises. Very, very slow. Which is kind of what you want. So not only is it filling the boiler, of course, it's filling the wet return with some of the water. But most of the water, most of the take-up is into the size of this boiler here. Now, what should happen at the end of this is this thing should lock out. And in a few minutes or a few seconds, we should see LOC displayed on the unit. Lock. So what that means is this unit is not going to feed anymore. It's already received its unit. It's already sent it out. It's still receiving a signal, and that's very close to the low water fill line. So what we're going to do is, first we're going to clear the lock. You can do that by turning it off. And then I think we're going to keep it at 30-second delay for now, and we're going to swap out and go to 2 minutes per call. So let me show you what happens when you do that, when it's live. All right, so it's 4, and we're going to catch that underneath, and then we're going to go to 2, and you can see it says error. See that? Yeah, error. And then we're going to go to 2. All right. And I reset. All right. I start at 0. Hope you saw that. My camera was not in the best position there. So what'll happen is that'll roll. So if it starts here, it should wind up to here, which is close to what it's going to need. And I think that's where we're gonna leave it. I don't need to bore you. This video is going on long enough, I think, and I thank you very much.